Hey out there, David Miller, Phoenix, Arizona, multimedia artist, photographer, educator. I want to talk to you today about model shoots and specifically the people behind the camera who aren't you. I'm talking about the styling team. I'm talking about hairstylists, makeup artists, wardrobe. These are very common on sets that involve fashion photography. Not so common in a lot of art photography shoots. I think there's a few reasons for that. One, a lot of those are done on the cheap. They don't have a budget, they don't have a company behind them. Also, I think a lot of art photography shoots are trying to put this in the nicest way possible, but the photographer or the model or both feel like it should just be them and it shouldn't involve other people around them. I have used hairstylists, makeup artists, wardrobe stylists on and off throughout the last 10 years. There's reasons why I use them, there's reasons why I didn't. A lot of time it had to do with budget, but recently, in 2019, I decided I'm gonna do as many of these as possible with a team, and I'm gonna work with the people that I've known for years because those people tend to know what I like and I know what they do is great. So that could be Laura Boing-Rostro, hairstylist, and Brittany Moody, makeup artist in LA. That could be Stevie Rosalie, who's both of those things, working in Phoenix. Could be Andy Zhang, a man I met in Seattle, but I work with in New York last year and a few years before that. So these are people that I've known for a long period of time. I consider them friends. And we collaborate very, very well together. I've been finding some newer hair and makeup artists to work with. I'm gonna go ahead and show you one a little bit later, Jillian Wilkie in Sacramento. But first I'm gonna make the case for if you are an art photographer, why you might consider teaming up, collaborating, paying a hair and makeup team. Number one, there is a balance of work that I feel should be evenly distributed on a shoot. It should not be the model's responsibility to come up with an entire look for themselves, do everything for themselves, and then be expected to shoot. It's just different parts of the brain operating at once. And even though it might be a 2-hour shoot that you have booked for the model, if you're expecting them to do all of those things, you're adding hours onto it that they're not being compensated for, even if it's a trade shoot. Which isn't to say I don't do plenty of shoots like that, but it is a case to be made for why having a hair and makeup person on set might be of value. Number two, they're an extra pair of hands. Oftentimes when I work with the hair and makeup team, when they're done with their job, they're still there. They're able to spot things that are off on a person's face. They're also able to film behind the scenes footage that I use for these videos. They are able to hold items like lights and move things around. So kind of like having an assistant on set besides having a person who made your model look amazing. And then the third reason, I think this is the biggest one, is you're gonna develop a consistent look. You're gonna develop a style that is part of your photography, but it's your photography with the benefit of other people's talents and not just the model in front of the camera. When Steven Spielberg, Orson Welles, the Coen brothers, when they make movies, they have signature looks to what they do, and it's not something that's generated out of their own eyes or hands or minds. It's often in collaboration with the same musicians, cinematographers, screenwriters, all of these people pooling their talents to create a Steven Spielberg movie, a Coen brothers film. So you're the photographer, people are going to know it's your vision, but you're gonna need some help to get that vision, unless your vision is literally an incredibly natural look, no hair, no makeup. The kind of photography that I'm involved in tends to be a little more fantastical. It goes for goddessy or ethereal looks or gothic looks, things that are not everyday and natural. I don't go for, street clothes, lifestyle type of stuff. I go for things that have some sort of fantastic element to them. Now, I'm gonna achieve that look if I work with a consistent team that can get that look. But if I have a signature look and I expect every single model I work with to be able to achieve that on their own, to be able to style themselves, to be able to do their own hair and their own makeup in a style that suits what I do, then that's really unfair. What I'm gonna end up doing is have a whole bunch of bad shoots. Much better to have people who can help me achieve that look no matter what model walks in through that door. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Jillian Wilkie. She is a makeup artist I met literally yesterday in Sacramento, California. She works out of Central California. Amazing makeup artist, great person to know. I interviewed her in Sacramento to get her opinion on what a makeup artist's role is on a shoot, and everybody's a little bit different, but Jillian's gonna tell you how she functions on a set.
My name is Jillian Wilkie, and I am a makeup artist currently residing in Sacramento, California.
What's your aesthetic?
My aesthetic doesn't necessarily fit into a box, but I'm really inspired specifically by the past. Different decades and how to not necessarily mimic those completely, but modernize them in a contemporary fashion. Oh, I'm a big fan of the 60s. The 60s were definitely when people were experimenting most, I'd say. And then that followed suit come the 70s, the 80s. So yeah, the 60s were my favorite. I really enjoy working with people who have a sense of self. I feel like in collaborations too, those make for the best projects because everyone's essence is sort of coming together. And I'm most inspired by people like that because you can get a sense of who they are and what inspires them. So when you are able to show up to the table, you can create something a little bit more elevated too by being inspired by different people's aesthetics. An individual who can come to the table who brings something more than just a pretty face is really special, and it makes for everyone else on set to be more inspired. With everything that I just said, I also have my own aesthetic, and I like staying true to myself as well. So I like to vocalize the things that I like, and in a very non-ego based way, maybe match that and meet that somewhere in the middle depending upon who it is that I'm working with. But I really enjoy making people feel comfortable and making people feel confident, and that changes depending upon what set I'm on. And again, with gals who have a specific brand too, being able to execute what it is that they want to put out there, because models shine most when they're comfortable and they're feeling themselves. So being able to give that to somebody is really valuable. A misconception about makeup too, as far as photography goes, is more is better, and that's sort of been something that's been said for a really long time, that you need more makeup, more makeup, more makeup. But there's a really beautiful way, I think, to pull back from that too. That can be executed really beautifully. So that's a misconception that I hear often. People think they need to cake it on, and they don't.
So thanks for watching. Check out the rest of my videos. You want to hear more of my ranting and raving about what you should do and not do on a photo shoot? If you are somebody who has not yet tried working with hair and makeup team, reach out, try to collaborate, pay somebody. You will find that the more you invest in the production of your shoots, I feel like the more you're gonna get back out of them. Whether that is expanding your fan base on social media, getting more offers for paid work, or just raising the bar on your own photography. I feel like it's a worthy investment to work with hair and makeup teams. Even if it cuts into the time that you spend with a model on set shooting, even if they spend half the time doing hair and makeup, you're going to get imagery that's a lot better crafted, and who knows, you might just be able to utilize that time to do more production on your end, set up lights, backdrops, so on and so forth. It is absolutely worth it for me to work with hair and makeup teams. I treasure all the people that I work with that are hair and makeup artists. They're great people, and I really don't think I could make what I make without them. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.